In Freebooty a few pirates news, this is Microsoft are offering Windows 10 as a free upgrade to whether you have your older version of Windows officially licensed or less than officially licensed, let's say. Now, sorry to be doing too much Microsoft news in a row, but it kind of does have a little bit of a Linux angle to this and a security angle as well. Anyway, what are Microsoft doing here? This free upgrade surely won't be free forever, because to compare it to other operating systems, the likes of Chrome OS from Google, or Android as well from Google, or Mac OS from Apple, well, Google make their money through ad revenue, through their Google search engine, and Apple make most of their money through hardware. So where do Microsoft make their money from? Well, their browser doesn't really bring in so much revenue as the likes of Google does, especially how little it's used in Europe, for instance. 90% of people prefer Google to Bing in Europe, and they don't really make hardware. Sure, we got the Xbox One, sure we got like the Microsoft mouse, but things like that don't fund an operating system, so that's why it was charged an extortionate rate. Extortionate rate if you paid retail prices for it anyway. So what will Microsoft be doing? Could it be a subscription style like Office 365? But what would happen if people don't upgrade? Because if you look at it at the moment, people didn't really upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 8 because it cost money, and you think, why would I pay this money when Windows 7 works perfectly fine? And this is the issue where Microsoft fell into. People didn't upgrade because they didn't want to pay money for something that worked. But if you're getting it for free, well, then you've got the incentive to upgrade. Say after a year, are they just going to bug you for update the operating system, which in case people might ignore it? Are they going to lock you out entirely? Are they going to disable updates? But if they disable updates, that could be quite interesting because that could have severe security implications. Because as ARS Technica have pointed out here, it is probably for the reasons of security that they are doing this, because at the moment they're supporting multiple different operating systems. Because what we've got like Vista, 7, 8, 8.1 and now 10. Oh, not forgetting Server, we've got Server 2003, 2008, and I don't know what the other version of Server is, but there's quite a lot of operating systems to support, as well as having to run multiple different browsers, different versions of IE, different versions of Office. It all seems a very inefficient way to do your provision of software. Why not just let people upgrade, and then you simplify things? So that could well be the reason. But as I said, if they're not letting you take security updates later on, then what we're going to get is a whole bunch of computers then be infected with a lot of malware, maybe be part of a botnet, in which case your upgrade to then Windows 11 or whatever it will be called may not resolve the malware issue. So let's take a look at what the upgrade matrix will be. What are they going to let you do? So it seems to be upgrading from Windows 7, Windows 8 is allowed. So, tough luck if you're on Vista, and tough luck if you're still using XP as well by the sound of it, because that's a bit of a surprise really, because they do point out China as being a big culprit here. Something like 10% of users in China have actually paid Microsoft. That's pretty bad. But there's no route there to upgrade XP to 10, or at least they're not saying there is. So the way to do it is through a media ISO, so you're going to have to get hold of a disk. Torrent sites perhaps? Or wait, you have to go and buy the disk. You get money somehow, Microsoft there. Curious that it seems difficult to upgrade through the Windows Update. I suppose, what, Windows 7 you can update through the Windows Update there, but Windows 8, I suppose you've got to go 8.1, 8.1, what was it, 2nd edition? No. Service Pack 1? No. Forgot what it's called. Some obscure name, whatever it is, but it's not 8.2, is it? I don't know. Anyway, comparing it to Ubuntu, there's not so many versions supported. We've got 3 long-term support releases, 1 interim release, and 1 release in development. So that's 5. And then your upgrade path for Ubuntu would be via the Update Manager, but you can't just go from 10.04, which is coming to an end soon. You can't go from 10.04 to 14.04. You do have to go 10 to 12 to 14. Microsoft may one-up us there, going direct from 7 to 10. Who knows what Microsoft are going to offer? But let's not forget another reason why Microsoft are doing this. They want to gain back users that have probably come across to Linux or Mac. Yes, dangle a free carrot in front of them and people might just take it and then think, oh, well, maybe I'll pay for it. No, well, I'm going to sit here on Linux. They're not going to do anything much to persuade me to come across. All my hardware works perfectly on Linux, so why would I? Well, that's the news that Microsoft are offering free upgrades to Windows 10, whether you have paid for your version of Windows or not. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.